My name is Jake Abdullah. Welcome to a very special edition of the Book of Jake because it's Deepavali Valtikal. So because it's Deepavali, we have to get the king of Deepavali. He's already laughing. But before that, please like, subscribe, share, and again, if you can help me out, share this podcast. And because all I'm trying to do is trying to improve the quality of everybody's lives. So without wasting any time, the Rastafari from Klang. Klang.
Everywhere. I'm from everywhere now.
Klang or Kajang?
Klang, now Kajang.
So the Rastafari, Sasi the Don, we go back like almost
very long,
3 decades.
Yeah.
So the reason I got him is he's got a brand new song, and because I just like Sasi and it's Deepavali, so I know he's Jamaican, but this
Jamaican in spirit.
So Sasi, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell me what's happening in your life. So many things has happened since I last saw you, and you still got hair, which is quite amazing. Rastafari. So you got a new single out called Sandosham. Sandosham means happiness.
Yes, happiness.
Okay. So tell me about that. Yeah.
I think what I'm always reminded about is make a point. Everything that you do, you need to make a point, right? So I'm very cautious about every step. Even like now doing this song, I have to have a purpose to do it, right? So I just can't, like you say 10, 15 years ago, we can do 15 songs and out of that only 2 makes it and the other 13, goes to waste. But now it doesn't work like that.
You're getting too technical. To me is, I want to know what's happening in your life. I know Sasi the Don you went through certain pivots in your life.
Yeah.
I know you got divorced a couple of years ago also, and I saw your daughter grow up. And how has that changed your life?
I think definitely divorce was definitely a turning point in my life. And
what happened?
Okay, I mean, we were great couples. I loved my ex-wife and
you still love her.
I mean, she's a good woman, right? She's a good woman. She's a good mother, and I learned a lot from her, right? From setting up our home to how she takes care of the child today. I envy her. I learned a lot from her, and to me, I accepted it. Just that we grew out of difference apart. We grew apart, and at first I could not accept this, right? And then when I started meeting people who went through this, there are a lot of people go through this for many reasons, but those who went through for very positive purposes, I reached out to them to just get an idea. I just have to embrace it. I have to move on.
How long did you come to the realization that this has happened? And you stop blaming yourself, you stop blaming your partner, and you picked yourself up and you moved on. How long did that process take?
I think it took me about 3 years. Really serious 3 years. Because even the first year or even the first and a half year, I couldn't accept the fact that it's serious. This is really happening, right? And my daughter is there during the weekdays and she comes to me during the weekend. That whole arrangement, I had to grow into it. It's like this whole scheduling and everything. It bugged me. At the same time, I started realizing I had a lot of time, and those time is what I'm going to do about those time, right? That is where the whole idea about turning my life around, doing more stuff, my work career has progressed very well. And then now music, and I feel that I have so much to give. And even trying to show my daughter what daddy does with his life.
So what I noticed is, what's your daughter's name again? Shania. Yeah. What I noticed is Shania has grown up before my eyes, and you spend a lot of quality time with her these days, and you travel with her. So that has been one of the pivots of your life, your divorce. And are you seeing anybody now?
No. There is interest. There is.
Yes or no?
No. Honestly, seeing no.
Please be honest in this podcast because are you seeing anybody else or not, Abu?
No, I mean, maybe I like.
Okay.
You see, when you say seeing on your podcast, you have to be sure. 100%.
Yes.
Because after 1 year, I don't need to ask you the same question.
Sasi's always been
I want to be very careful what I tell you.
It's Deepavali. This. I hope you're watching this today because it's Deepavali Day. And on Deepavali, what happens to your daughter? Do you go back and see her? Or?
Oh, okay. So we celebrate both. We celebrate Deepavali and Christmas, right? So Christmas. And, so what I've done is I've let the mother take the first day, and I kind of like take it laid back. I don't even go back to my parents' house sometimes because I feel that emptiness, right? So what I do,
it's very sad, but you should.
Yeah, but I go wait for the second day. I take my daughter and we have a blast. So like this year, I'm making a point.
I hope blast doesn't mean she has to listen to your music.
No. And that's another topic by itself, man. My daughter is so funny. She's used to it, and I think she enjoys both worlds. She has seen what her mommy does, what I do for Deepavali. And we don't try to compete. There's no competition between me and the mother. we still talk, we still compromise a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we have to work.
Some things you have to work
we have
through.
to, yeah.
But I have to ask this really important question. And this is really important, okay? When this divorce went on and you signed the letters, what Bob Marley song came through your mind and says, "Are man Sulasai, who be the Shanti girl?" What song? What song?
Two or three songs came.
Which one? You have to tell us. It cannot be no woman, no cry. But by the way, no woman, no cry doesn't mean you don't have a woman, don't cry. Bob Marley tells a woman, no cry. He's telling the woman not to cry. Yeah. Okay, so please, I want you to get that. But what song?
I think my always
much trouble.
My always favorite song is "Could You Be Loved."
Could You Be Loved?
And I think that the song has got very strong lyrics in it, and if you ask me what song came through my mind, I'm not sure whether it came through my mind. But if you ask me this question now, that subconsciously probably.
So that's one of my favorite Bob Marley songs other than Lively Up Yourself.
Yeah.
So.
Because I know I loved her, but then after when all this happened, I asked this question like, could you actually be loved? You know, it's like, oh, can I be loved? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I'm also very uncertain sometimes.
But but he's a fine guy. Things happen, move on. Don't be hard on yourself. There's something I've learned. Don't be hard on yourself. You know, you moved on. I see your daughter and she's growing up really fast. Your music, you had couple of decent hits, I would say. The first song that introduced me to is saying, "Why, Jake? Why are you giving me a hard time?" But I'll be honest. I'm probably the most honest person you'll know, okay? So I discovered you with The Tide is High.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know that song, and I was like, "Hey, it's pretty decent. Boy, it sounds Tamil, but it's a decent reggae song."
You remember how we met?
Yeah.
We were in PJ, the A&W there, and you were there having supper, and I came from Waikiki that night, and suddenly I parked my car. The last person, I thought I will see that night. Suddenly I hear, "Apu." I turned. Oh my God. I was like, Jake Abdullah. I straight away went from Bintang to nothing.
Because I had this notorious rap of actually scrutinizing your music. Because you know what? If I touch your music, it's going to work.
Yeah, and then he told me, "Oh, I heard you got a new single and you passed all the other DJs, but you didn't come and pass me." I had only one. Okay, I had that CD from the studio mastered by Cialto. Some of Cialto's name also was written there. I put it on a CD casing and I said, I don't know where it was going to take me, right? And I just passed it to him. Next thing I know, after 2 days, he calls me and said, "Your song is coming at 5 p.m. today." Wow.
You see that? That's called power.
And actually, that actually changed my entire...
You should not forget that,
Yeah, I never.
You should not forget that.
Yeah,
because that changed your life.
Yeah.
And that was actually a well done song. And then he had a couple of big hits. But I like what you did with Anbe.
Yeah.
There were your hits. But Sasi to me is not, and please don't take it the wrong way.
No.
It's not only about the music. I'll say only about the music. He is probably the most perseverant person I know.
Okay.
He doesn't give up. If there's anything that I talk to people about you is he's a brilliant marketeer and he doesn't take no for an answer. He will be in your face. I have made Sasi cry so many times. Yeah. I've thrown his CD out. I said, "This is absolute rubbish, Sasi. Come back to me with something good." But he does. And that I got to give you props. And I call it like it is, Yeah. So tell me, what keeps you going, Sasi?
I think what keeps me going is because I came with nothing, my background, from where I come from.
What do you mean nothing?
No, you have to understand.
I came from nothing.
Yeah, most of us. That's why we are where we are today, right? Because to me, every single day, year, and month was always trying to make a difference. I never tried to impress people, but everything is about, okay, what's going to be the next big thing? I never thought I would become a musician. I lived in Segambut, in Jinjang, heart of Jinjang.
Segambut is Mount Kiara now.
Yeah, now it's more. Exactly. Can you just see that? It's not Kiara now. What is this? And at one
Jinjang
point,
is Kiara not.
I was born in Jinjang, right? I think with all the brothers and the people that around I was growing with who were, notorious in different world, one thing that changed me in my music, you know why? I always thought life was in Segambut. But for example, when I started listening to Dr. Alban, every time I read the inlay, there's Sweden, there's Stockholm, there's Nigeria, there's this, there's that, Apache Indian, Shaggy, I discovered that the world is bigger.
So he's actually coaching the people who you have collaborated with.
Yeah.
Dr. Alban,
Apache Indian,
Maxi Priest.
I opened for Shaggy and also met him in person.
Yeah, I met Shaggy.
I've met Dinah King. Yeah. And I basically have met all my idols. Every single cassette that I bought in Puduraya or original Kotaraya or anywhere, I've met all these people in my entire career until today.
So that to me is perseverance. I mean, to be, and people talk to me, I says, buddy, he has collaborated with Maxi Priest. With
I signed the vinyl for you, remember?
Yes, and it's just, to me, it is mind-blowing because you say what you want, but you're going after your dreams. And I find that fascinating, So who's your next person you're going to collaborate with?
I wouldn't say that it's not going to happen.
Say Jake Abdullah.
Jake Abdullah is given any time. Still waiting for that beat.
Yeah, actually, Roshan and I we should do something together.
Yeah,
Roshan,
we should.
Sasi the Don, Resh Monu.
Let's do it.
I think we should,
Just tell me what time studio I'll be there. To me, the one person that I want to really collaborate with is either one of the sons of Bob Marley. To be very honest, each and everyone knows who I am. They know where I come from. They know my music.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, like if I take my phone now, I've got Rowan Marley's number. I've got Kimani Marley's number. I've got Julian Marley. I've got all this contact.
You got Batu Malay, no?
Batu Malay, no. So the idea here is, of course, even Shawn Paul. These are people that we look up to at this era, right? To be very honest, the music industry, the concept has made the whole networking system very complicated. Last time, for example, when I worked with Amy Search, there was no questions like Amy will ask me, kau ada berapa follower kan ni? My time when I said, it's just that, you perform in the award show hari tu kan? Yes. And how about me? I don't need to say anything, but you're a legend. And how it happened, he just told me one thing. I like the melody, I like the lyrics, I'll do it. No money, no business, nothing was spoken. But today, from the followers to this to that.
Yeah,
and I think a lot.
I can completely subscribe to this. However, remember that Hanuman kind.
Oh yeah, of course.
Cleared the path for so many people because while you might not have so many things, but it also gives your music a chance to be accessible to the billions.
Yes, exactly.
All you need is just one
big
break.
Hit. Yeah,
one break. Not even a hit, one break. Somebody that says, that Apu from Klang, Jinjang, Kajang, not bad lah. That's all you need, So I guess you're still going at it. And who do you want to collaborate with?
My big Shawn Paul.
Shawn Paul.
Yeah.
Shawn Paul to me is, people can say anything about him, but he is philosophical.
If you understand Shawn Paul's journey, he's an athlete, right? He's a swimmer. He's been in the army. He has done a lot of things for Jamaica. And looking at his story, where he's a great father, great husband, great businessman. I like what he did during the pandemic. Jamaica was crying of royalties from music streaming platforms. And a lot of them couldn't afford to fight that case as a group. And what Shawn Paul did won them almost about 290 million USD in royalty over 6-7 years. And that's actually a big story, And he's a great magnet, And look at how long it's been going. Generation after generation, his collaborations, his ideas. Some people may think, the guy always sounds the same, but that's his identity.
Yeah. I'm fine. I know it's like the late Fat Man Scoop. You know what I mean? He can just scream a few things, but his signature. Yeah. So what else are you doing? You have got your advertising industry.
I run my that's
Three Lions, is it?
Creative Lions.
Creative Lions. Yeah.
We just upgraded.
So stop. One question is Creative Lions, but he's wearing Puma here. I'm not sure.
I was just trying to send a hint over to Puma. Maybe you want to consider doing something for this show. Okay. For advertising has always been my bread and butter. I'm actually very grateful to say that because I never made music first. Music was there. It always played a great role, part of my life. But my career in advertising always came first because that built me to where I am today. I started Creative Lions, and today we started a new company. You'll hear a lot about it next year. It's called Rimba Lions Communications. Everything is where we all know digital is the world, content is the world. See, Jake, for example, Jake Abdullah, from always posting on your Facebook or Instagram, you took video, you took content. You are 10 years elder than me, and I look at you and I sometimes
How old are you?
I'm 45.
Dude, I'm 15 years older than you, bro.
Okay, 15. Okay, 60 years old.
And look at this.
And no, you see, right? I'm not saying trying to uncut him or what, but to be very honest, at the age of 60, the amount of things he does, the discipline to make it happen, is just mind-blowing.
That being said, and I keep telling people this. Is we use various factors as hindrance or excuses. We talk about age, we talk about how we look, we talk about our weight, we talk about this. But I lost a friend who was 37 years old last week. Okay, this boy was, slightly overweight. He had a heart attack and he perished. Ashraf, I say a prayer for him, and he died. So I went for his funeral and it was just so sad to see this. But here's my point. My point is that is the inevitable. Death is the inevitable. Yeah. What we do with our life is suddenly becomes more important. Yeah. So I'm chasing things that are more meaningful. I stopped chasing titles and this and that. Yeah. This whole podcast I see is because I want to have people who have gone through that uncomfortable stage and to be able to share something that somebody can pick up. I was on a flight back to, I was just telling you this, flight back to KL from Penang, and thanks Firefly, you actually did it on time. But there were like 5 or 6 people who actually reached out to me during the flight and said, hey, you're Jake Abdullah, right? Hey, wow, you look bigger than you are. and hey, I really like what you say and stuff like that. So that's very meaningful to me because this whole podcast is actually about me trying to, I don't know, I don't have all the answers, and I will be the first person to say this. I don't have all the answers, but you know what? I keep trying.
Yeah. And that's the beautiful part of it, because people like me sometimes think that, tired lah, done it. How much more you want to do? Just go with the flow now. But then when see people like you, when does this even flow stops? They're just pushing and pushing and pushing.
It doesn't. From the time I start till, and I'm telling you this, that next year I'll be out with a single. I'll be out with a hit single. You know why? Because I've been speaking about it for so long. I've done it when I started Crash Course. I was the beginning of hip-hop in this country in 1988. But when does it stop? It doesn't. Because you know why? I'm still breathing. I'm still alive. I don't want to offer any excuses. I don't want to say, penat lah. I don't want to say that. So in your journey, I think you've been relentless, But what would be to you the acknowledgement of your success?
Seeing my daughter doing well.
Good.
And I think that's what I'm working hard. Everything I'm doing is to give her the best in education, right? And I don't compromise on that at all.
Yeah, I have a different opinion about that. Okay?
I think I know.
Because you know why? Let's not use them as an excuse for us to do better.
No.
Because children are like weeds, they will be able to find themselves. Look, my father was a government KTM clerk. He was a security guard before he passed away. And I turned out okay lah, boleh lah, you know what I mean?
My father used to work JKR.
Yeah, so, and look what happened. The floods. I'm just kidding. So here's the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is don't use children as an excuse. You have to find yourself and become the best, Sasi. I still feel that you have a Grammy Award in you. I still feel you. No, because it's
I
what
also
you
feel
want.
so, actually, to be honest.
Yes, and
I feel there is. And I feel I will be holding or getting even nominated at the Grammys one day.
Why not? And people might say, no, because to me is how far can you push this? And my whole position here is how far can I push this?
As a father, I am today 11 years as a father. I think I'm very proud of my daughter.
I'm sure you are.
She's just so interesting. As a daughter, she's interesting. To the mother, to the teachers, to everyone. She's just an interesting person. She's funny. I tell her at times, right? Shana, Daddy might retire to be a stand-up comedian.
I
don't know it.
You're already funny there.
Yeah, exactly. And then she always tells me that, Daddy, don't worry. I will somehow get my classmates to attend your show. You will have audience.
She's the funny one.
Yeah,
okay, coming back to you, Sasi. A couple of things. You're 45. You believe that you are. You've hit the heights and all that. But here's what I want to understand.
Like with everything that I have in life?
I don't know. Like to me, what's my fear? My fear is my mortality. It's not I'm afraid to die, but I'm afraid that I will not. Because that to me as a Muslim is natural. We plan for our next phase.
Yeah.
But what I'm afraid of is I will not be able to achieve everything my Maker has planned for me. That's my fear.
Is it?
Yeah. So that's why I try the hardest every day. What is your fear?
My biggest fear, right, even every morning when I get up, is suddenly getting a sign that you're falling sick. I tell you this, right? I've had a lot of friends who used to come out and hang out with us on a weekday and all that, and they will suddenly say, oh, I'm having a pain here, and then we will just laugh it off, talk it off. Then suddenly another friend will say, bro, I'm having this pain here at the back. I think in the last 3 years, ever since COVID, I've had 4 or 5 friends like this, and these friends that I'm talking about are no more here.
Okay, so out of 10, how would you rate your health now?
Okay, I would say, to be very honest, I would say probably 7.
Your health 7?
Yes.
I rate my health as 7,
I still walk. I mean, I have a beautiful housing area and I love walking there. And I do late night walks.
Okay, let me rephrase this, Sasi. To me, you are pussyfooting this whole thing. What is the ideal Sasi you see in your mind?
The
40
Sasi,
pounds, 40 kilos less?
The Sasi that I was probably 15 years ago.
What's holding you back from getting there? If you want to go to pick up a Grammy, don't you think you need to be...
Yeah. Of course.
So you're a 4 out of 10 now.
No, you just dropped it.
Yeah. No, I'm being very honest. I'm being very honest. Because to me,
we have to accept the fact sometimes. Yeah, I mean...
It's not putting anybody down. To me, it is room for improvement.
Yeah, 7 is what I think. But 4 is Jake's professional opinion, which I have to respect. He's not like some random guy giving opinion. He talks about fitness and all that, right?
Yeah, actually I'm qualified to speak about
exactly.
fitness. Yeah.
So I have to accept his point. But yes, of course, I want to get there. And I'm doing the necessary. I try to eat healthy as I can as many times, but being in Malaysia is so...
See, that's the excuses. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, listen. In order for us to reach, this is a thought process that I go through. In order for us to achieve our dreams, we must be able to give up the things that are standing in our way. So that's something to think about now, because to me is you have achieved so much, and don't take it the wrong way, with so little. I believe that is amazing. I've always said this, and don't take it the wrong way. Sasi is not the most naturally gifted musician in the world,
of course,
but your hard work and discipline outworks so many people. And I've always said that I am hardly the most smartest person in the world, but I outwork everybody. And you have that in you. And what I'm giving you advice as a brother, which I've always done, is you have it in you.
Yeah.
Don't listen to the voices, external voices. Listen to the internal voices. Internalize your success,
Can I correct that?
Of course.
Actually, I think the internal voice is the problem. All external voice like yours.
No,
this is where the magic begins for me. If I listen to myself inside, there is push saying that, you must get there, you want to get there. And sometimes, right, I prefer to hear to the external, because those external effect, I don't know, Jake, but this is my point of view.
You have some
probably your internal power is stronger.
Yeah, so I shut everything out. I visualize what I want to be. I visualize everything that I want to see in my life.
Okay.
So, and it's the external to me, the external voices, the external people, it's very easy to control, because we move towards where we are more comfortable. We will hang out with people who will tell us the great things. We don't want to hang out with the Jakes, because the Jakes will tell you the thing that is going to, you know what I mean? People, Jake's coming, he will tell me. Because you know why? I don't want to be a person who is adding on to your baggage or your liability. I can tell you, hey, everything's okay, macam, don't worry, macam, chill. We can do that. But I don't want to be that. Every time I call Sasi, it's going to be, hey Sasi, I saw this, I think you can improve on this.
Oh yeah, of course, you did.
You think you're going to get...
out of nowhere.
You think you're going to get free value from anybody like that? You know how much they pay me per hour? That's a lot of money, and you're getting that for free. To me is, what you need to do is you need to fight the demons in your head.
Yep.
And then visualize and cut everything. So hopefully, inshallah, we will see in 1 year from now, Sasi sitting down with Shawn Paul and don't forget me lah. It's just Jake
I'll call you.
Video
call you.
Yeah, Jake man, Sasi the Don, Shawn Paul, and you'll be there. But the thing is, you have to understand, without sacrifice, there is no win.
That is definitely a very important mantra that I've practiced. I mean, I can't remember sacrifices I've made, but I know to myself, I can count the success I've had, and I know to get there how much I've been sacrificed.
I know that.
Yeah.
I can attest to that, and I give you props. I give you credit. I understand this. If not, you wouldn't even be on this podcast. Okay, this podcast talks to amazing Malaysians. You're one of the amazing Malaysians. I joke about you a lot, but just for the fact that I joke about you, you're in my mind.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So it's Deepavali. We are ending this podcast on a high. So not that kind of high, Sasi. This is a you know what I'm saying? You know, it's Rasta, man, no split, no brands in the show, man. This is a halal show.
Halal show.
So, is there anything you want? I know you want to shout out Shania and you know, if you could, you know, dedicate or say something to Deepavali.
Okay.
Tamil la pesuvama.
Tamil yeah. Tamil la pesi, English la pesi. Then everybody cannot understand. Okay, now mind. Okay, எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். நான் தான் Sasi the Don. இவங்க தான் Jake Abdullah. எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும். So on this show, I'm very privileged. I'm also very happy to be part of the Deepavali segment. I want to make a big shout out to my daughter Shania Lakshmi and to her amazing mother Malini and to of course to my parents, my sister, my cousins. Everybody is celebrating. You know something that I realized in the last few months ago when I started doing all these performance gigs, the fans have been really keeping it real. I meet people from, wow, I can't imagine, you know, they just come just to see me. It's unbelievable. Guys, thank you so much. I've got new music coming. I've got songs in English, Tamil, Malay, the whole works, everything. And look forward to it. Keep supporting the Malaysian music scene. I think we have got a great scene. And, you know, thank you very much and vanakkam.
Yeah,
Happy Deepavali.
Thank you so much, Sasi. Happy Deepavali to everyone also. Again, like I said, thanks for being on the show. Again, I want to tell you that if you know of somebody who is like, you know, fascinating, who wants to be on the show, just drop me a line, leave me a comment. Please like and subscribe. This show is actually for you to improve. Hopefully, inshallah, I'll get to see you in the show also. So thank you so much. Again, like, subscribe, share. See you guys.